at home. Okay, that's done. Idle. Many recruiters are eager to serve under the command of a legendary reconnaissance officer who also eggs them on to accept death-defying missions. As dozens of soldiers have lost their lives trying to earn his approval, the other officers are asking the commander to intervene. So we gain the prudent feat. Unit is unaffected by flanking. Meh. Recruitment growth for all trainable units from the main archery range and main stables increased by 20%. All trainable units from the main barracks receive the vulnerable feat. -2 AC. Ugh. Best of the best decree. 4 honor guards are recruited. No, God, we don't need any more. Send the officer to look for recruits in Mendev. Recruitment growth for trainable units increases by 25% for 24 days. I wonder what this one would be. Path of the Legend. Unaffected by flanking. It's either this one or this one. All for trainable units increase by 25%. Or this just happens. Right? Units unaffected by flanking. That's probably the better decision to take, because that'll last us the rest of the game versus just the next 24 days. Let's take that. Recruits and weaker soldiers cannot handle deadly trials. Upon accepting this truth and giving up on the idea of serving in the officer's unit, the troops have become more cautious in battle, which has reduced overall losses. I'll take that. 𝐚𝐴LLIA wants to talk. Okay. What do we have here for decrees? We are 1 day away from our logistics stuff. Okay, so let's come down here. Army. So this is a repeatable one. Let's see if we have anything else for leadership before we go diving into that. The fate of Baphomet's fire. Okay, what do we got here? These are all logistics ones. The disconnected data of the Worldwound collected by the Stargazers of Pelura will not be of any help if it's not studied in detail and properly organized. So we need to do that one. What's Northern Lights? The commander will gain a powerful weapon that could one day affect the outcome of the entire war. Huh. They shared their knowledge with the commander. For many years, they've been creating an artifact that could weaken the connection between Threshold and the Abyss by shining Pelura's Northern Lights down upon the fortress. The project requires just a little more work before it can be put into action. We got a lot of logistic shit to do. There we go. Okay, so let's do no events that we need to do right now. We just have the one logistics thing going. We need to do the reform. So let's do this. I don't think we have anything else to do with the diplomacy one. Yeah, those are all nothing there. Make sure that we have everything. Ah, see, Death Bridge. We got to put stuff in that. Oh, yeah. See, look, we got a couple of them that we need to do. Okay, we can upgrade that place. Upgrade that place. Okay. Now it's a fortress. So let's come back here. Oh, button. Okay, build. Barracks. Archery range. Hospital. Alright. Done there. Death Bridge. God. Sure makes some weird sound effects, doesn't it? Archery range. Hospital. All right, got them all. They're all cooking with stuff now. Okay. So yeah, one more day, and we just passed midnight, so we have a full day. There's not much else that we can do right now except rest. Oh no, not everyone's fully exhausted yet. Let's keep going. There we go. Now everyone's exhausted. 22, we're good, we're good, we're good.
𝐴𝐻𝐸 baked a bad pie, dropped it flat, made the sky cry. Dropped the second, made the rivers dry. Dropped the third, now we all die.
What the hell? Jesus, Ember? Okay. Let's get these guys. Okay, so here they are. They just got on the road. They're going to come up this way, and they're always going to be driving toward Dresden, right? So they're going to come here. They're going to come up this way. And we're going to have to come all the way over here. Actually, it's not as far as I thought it was, so that's good. Cool. We'll be able to intercept them, no problem. Okay, back to... Oh. The crystal the commander came upon holds many mysteries. Experts on magic and relics may be able to shed some light. Okay. Let's get this done. Nothing else to do at this point. Yeah, we're not doing that. Might as well get something going with that. Okay. And we continue. Let's go check out the city in the wasteland. Oh, it's a book. Excuse me. Day 5. Month Desnus. Year 4716. There's a warm, sunny day in the wound, perhaps too warm and sunny. The Sarkorian wastelands are roasting in the heat of the purple shimmering sun. Even demonic plants are unable to survive here. They suffocate in the red dust of the plains. A hot wind sweeps across the wastelands, leaving the commander with the taste of ash and sulfur in his mouth. The commander can see for miles around in every direction. If there were any enemies nearby, they would not be able to sneak up on him unnoticed. However, it does not look like anyone has survived the excruciating heat in the wound. The only sign of life in the sound of insects buzzing nearby. Their chittering noises sound like harsh, rasping laughter. The heat causes the air to shimmer slightly, and through the haze, the commander notices the walls of a city rising up a short distance from the road. Is this a lost Sarkorian city? A demonic trap? Or just a trick of the mind? The walls look real, but perhaps they're only a mirage. The commander realizes that it's impossible to tell from this distance, so he decides to... Well, we came here to explore the mysterious city, thank you very much. The walls are partially buried in red sand, and as the commander draws near, he realizes that it's not a city, but the sun-bleached remains of a Sarkorian settlement. The buzzing grows louder, and the commander can see Veskavars perched in the stone slabs as they bask in the sun. The husks of their dead kin crunch beneath the commander's feet with every step. The commander notices rotten wooden pillars covered in faded Sarkorian runes. The top of the pillars have been gnawed into sharp points, making them look like long wooden stakes. The highest of these pillars seems to be a signpost in the middle of what used to be a busy crossroads. The passage of time has worn away all but 3 words on the signpost: square, marketplace, and gem. The commander decides to... Ooh, that one's going to be tough, huh? Oh, that one will be easy. Search for the Veskavar Queen. I mean, we're going to have to roll a 16 or better. Let's try it. Wow. Nice. What did we roll? Oh, a 20. Fair enough. Draco looks around and recognizes the surrounding streets. He has seen them depicted on some ancient maps. The drawings on the walls depict horses and herds of sheep, offering further confirmation of the commander's theory. This is 𝐷𝐴𝐴𝐴, a city of herdsmen that was lost a long time ago. The commander recognizes the majestic temple of 𝐂𝐻𝐳𝐵𝐿 that towers over the other buildings. This temple used to be a local landmark and attracted countless pilgrims. The underground aqueducts built under the temple supplied the city with drinking water sourced from a lake that has long since dried up. The commander is sure that this is 𝐷𝐴𝐴𝐴, but its appearance here is inexplicable. The city of 𝐷𝐴𝐴𝐴 was located far away on the western border of ancient Sarkoris. However, there are many strange anomalies in the Worldwound. This must simply be one of them. Alright, we can do this one. Cool. Areelu examines the houses closely. It looks like a battle took place here. The walls of the houses have been damaged or destroyed, and all that is left of the roofs are a few wooden beams. When the commander turns her attention to the insects, she notices that all the Veskavars seem to be flying in a single direction, toward the city square. Well, let's go to the square. The winding street that leads to the square is lined with partially destroyed houses. Many of them only have 3 walls, and others are nothing more than piles of rubble. A commander notices more and more Veskavars flying around, and the air is filled with a strange, acrid smell. The square is completely empty, but the doors of 𝐂𝐻𝐳𝐵𝐿's temple swing open. A woman emerges through them and begins to limp toward the commander. She is stripped to the waist, and it looks as though insects are swarming beneath her skin. Livor mortis has discolored her withered, shriveled flesh, turning it into blotchy purple color. She opens her mouth to speak, but the words come out in a low buzz that is neither masculine nor feminine. Verbavizor welcomes you, esteemed guest. Please make yourself at home. The woman falls silent and then collapses to the ground. A small swarm of Veskavars flies out of her motionless corpse. The insects hover near the commander as if waiting for him to follow them. The commander decides to... Let's follow the swarm. We're getting ourselves into some trouble now, folks. The swarm flies through the air unhindered by the obstacles in the ground. The commander has to climb over debris and walk through partially collapsed buildings to follow the buzzing insects. Finally, the swarm flies down into a blissfully cool dark hole beneath one of the walls. It does not look large enough for a person to fit through. The commander decides to... Well, we could do that one easily. That one, meh. That one, meh. Let's do this one. Areelu feels along the side of the walls and finds a hidden door. She presses a nearby stone, triggering a mechanism that causes the door to swing open with a creaking sound. The cool, damp air of the underground passage feels good against the commander's hot skin, but the chittering of the Vescavars becomes even more intense. The commander finds himself in a labyrinth of underground passages. These are obviously not natural caverns, although the stonework of the underground aqueduct, quite a rarity for Sarkoris, is almost completely hidden under a layer of swarming Vescavars. The walls, the ceiling, the floor squirm and move like the bowels of a living creature. The insects block all the passages except for one, and this passage is growing smaller by the minute, prompting the commander to move faster. The passage ends abruptly, and the commander finds himself staring down into a huge well. The passage is dimly lit, but the bottom of the well is lost in impenetrable darkness. This could be the area beneath the water tower, but it's impossible to know for sure without a map of the city's underground passages. The well is filled with the sound of buzzing Vescavars, and the commander can smell their sweet scent wafting from the darkness. The smell reminds him of the sweet caramel sold in 𝐻𝐼𝐵 city festival. Memories of that day come flooding back. For a moment, the commander feels as though he's back in the town square. As if in answer to his thoughts, the giant figure of Deskari rises up from the depths of the well. Suddenly, a crossbow bolt pierces the demon lord, and the figure dissipates into thousands of swarming Vescavars. Both Deskari and the bolt were formed out of insects. More scenes flash before the commander's eyes. Ash and smoke fill the skies during the battle for 𝐷𝐷𝐿, leaving a sour taste in the commander's tongue. Both familiar and unfamiliar people and places appear for a moment and then vanish. It's as if some unknown creature is trying to see into the commander's mind and access his memories. Yet the creature seems tentative and cautious, as almost if it was seeking the commander's permission. The commander decides that it's time to... Shit, we've come this far. Let's do it. The commander allows the swarm to enter his mind, and suddenly has a vision that feels so real it's almost like a memory. The commander standing in 𝐷𝐷𝐿, or is it 𝐻𝐼𝐵, or maybe even 𝐵𝐿𝐿. Nerosian, there we go. In the vision, he is watching the sunset over the city of 𝐷𝐿, or 𝐻𝐼𝐵, or Nerosian. A priest of some unknown deity approaches the commander. The priest, the commander isn't sure if it's a man or a woman, has no face. There's only a mouth where the face should be, and when the mouth speaks, its words sound like the buzzing of thousands of insects. We are Verbavazor. Verbavazor has heard about the one who defeated the mighty demon lords. It harbors a special hatred toward Deskari, and would like to know more about his weaknesses. It wishes to fight this demon lord and defeat him. The commander... let's do that. Day passes into night, and then night becomes day. Verbavazor thanks the commander politely for telling the truth and promises to help the commander in battle if he continues to be a good ally. He assures the commander that it will remember his scent and come when needed. The commander chooses to... sure. The swarm swells in size and gently lifts up the commander, carrying him from the depths of the well into the light. As soon as the commander touches the hard, parched earth, the swarm of insects recedes. As the commander passes by the residents of the city, they twitch and move like puppets on a string. He hears the crunch of bone and the squelch of internal organs as their bodies contort into strange and unnatural obeisances. I have no... Oh my god. I don't even know what that word is. That's a word? Okay, the commander has undoubtedly gained a reliable new ally in the Worldwound. Can we go back in here? There's nothing. Oh, so there was nothing left. Okay, so let's quickly reload this just to make sure that we didn't miss anything. Okay. Let's see if we can do this again. We did. Nice. Okay. Go to the marketplace. As the commander moves further into the city, he hears the hum of voices and the sounds of conversation coming from the marketplace. It seems the city's still inhabited. The commander heads toward the market square and sees creatures of all races trading with one another. Demons and other creatures scurry around between the stalls in the sun-baked square. The hot wind carries with it a foul stench of rotting flesh. As the commander gets closer, he realizes that the customers and vendors are only pretending to trade. They move around aimlessly, occasionally shouting out incomprehensible nonsense. Many of them are missing limbs, and a few are even headless. They pick up pieces of rotting flesh from stalls piled high with body parts. Some of them try to attach these putrid limbs to their bodies, while others stuff the rancid flesh into their mouths. Horses are lolling tugs roam through the crowd. A headless Crusader staggers toward the commander. One of his hands is missing, and a stick has been shoved in its place. He holds out a basket of rotten apples. A buzzing voice from the empty hole in the breastplate utters the words, "Marketplace, buy, move along." The commander decides to burn this place to the ground. Take an apple. Amused by the odd behavior of the dead man, the commander takes an apple from the basket. However, the corpse refuses to leave. Instead, the Crusader grabs the commander's hand with such force, nearly yanks the commander's arm from his shoulder. "Pay the market price," whispers the buzzing voice from within the armor. The fingers of the dead man break like dry twigs. The Crusader falls, and his apples scatter around the floor. However, after a few minutes, the Crusader gets back on his feet and staggers away as if nothing happened. As the commander moves further into the city, he hears the hum of voices and the sounds of conversation coming. No, we already read that. Pick up the pieces. Okay, so turn around and go back. Let's go check out Gem Street. Gem Street was once full of gambling dens, brothels, and seedy taverns. Now all that remains are empty buildings and open doors that lead into darkness. However, there does not seem to bother the local residents. Creatures of all different races stand beneath the remaining street signs. They sway from side to side and occasionally shout things out as though they're trying to lure in customers. There are some demons scattered among them, but they do not seem interested in attacking. A diverse crowd of customers stagger through the street. Every once in a while, one of them will walk into a ruined building and stand amidst the rubble for several minutes and then rejoin the activity outside. A demon with his jaw torn off approaches the commander. A buzzing voice speaks a single word through the hole of his skull: "Pleasures." The commander decides to ask the dead demon what kind of pleasures this place can provide. The demon doesn't answer. The buzzing, swarming Beskavars gather in the dark recesses. A will check. Ugh. That's no good. The foul stench of the demon's rotting corpses is placed by the sweet flowery scent of perfume. The buzz of the Veskavar sounds like the song of cicadas on a hot summer's day. The demon's ugly visage transforms into the face of a beautiful woman. Her thick, full lips curve into a seductive smile. She promises every pleasure that the esteemed guest desires. But pain suddenly brings the commander back to reality. The Veskavars have left the demon's eye sockets and are swarming all over the commander's face. They bite and gnaw at his unprotected skin. However, when the commander comes to his senses, they quickly scatter, as if given the order to retreat. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. So it won't let us... The commander sets the city ablaze, but he makes sure that no harm comes to the Temple of 𝐻𝐽 at its center. No one tries to extinguish the fire. The Veskavars leave their shelters of flesh behind and fly away in all directions. The rotting corpses turn to ash, and the walls are covered in soot. As the roaring inferno subsides, the crackling of flames is replaced by another sound, the sound of running water. Streams of clear water flow out from beneath the doors of 𝐻𝐽's temple and cascade down the entrance steps. The underground stream that has bubbled up to the surface signals the return of the deity who once presided here. The commander feels the touch of 𝐻𝐽's blessing, a gust of fresh air gently caressing his face. Demora has been freed. The city is no longer a Veskavar trap. Wow! That was a lot of diplomacy that we just got there. Interesting. I don't know which way I want to go. Ah, screw it. We're here. We're done. All right. Nothing there. Let's come down here. No. All right. That was a huge waste of time. All right, let's come up here. Let's do this. Perfect. All right. So we can lead these guys to here. No? God, where'd they go? See, these guys are coming up this way. Okay. So we will park them right here. Okay, now let's jump back over to the hammer. I thought... I'm so confused. What the hell happened? All right. Now, is there anything over here? Oh, we wanted to bring these guys over to here. Yeah, continue. Actually, let's do this. There. She's going to have some more movement points there. All right. Logistics reform is done. Nice. That's done. The next door theater troupe proudly reports that work on the new play is complete. Now they're only awaiting the commander's arrival before they hold the premiere. Nice. Been waiting on that forever. So we can't actually do anything now. We just have to go home. Okay. So we're done with logistics reform. I'd love to do these, but I need logistics for something a little bit more right now. Because we got a bunch of things here. Let's see, how long is this going to take? 21 days. No, I'm not doing that one. 14 days. 20 days. So let's do the longest one first. Because this will move our mythic story along. All right.